All right, Jake, what number is this? I'm never going to count.
7, I think.
Number 7, Thanksgiving special.
Oh yeah,
You ready to get into it?
I am always ready.
Okay. Well, this might drop on Thanksgiving, right?
I try to get them out on Wednesdays.
Oh, okay. So the day before Thanksgiving. Well, in true Thanksgiving fashion, let's talk about what is typically one of the hardest weeks of the year for most high school and college wrestlers. You have to control yourself during what is probably the most gluttonous holiday of the year.
Yeah, it's yeah. Bring as much food as possible is what the holiday is.
It is. It is.
So
So let's do this. I am going to ask you Thanksgiving questions.
okay,
Okay?
no, but okay.
Favorite protein, Thanksgiving. Go.
Does it have to be traditional
No.
or a sausage?
Thanksgiving sausage?
Yeah, dude.
Okay. Okay.
Listen, I don't know actually if I ever had it, but
What do you mean you don't know if you've had it?
if it was an option, that would be my favorite.
So you're just making it up now. This is just like your fantasy land Thanksgiving. Like
Yes.
Jesus. Okay. Mine's
Well,
duck.
okay. Duck?
Yeah, we do a duck every Thanksgiving. It's fantastic. I love duck.
Is it the one that's stuffed inside the turkey or just a?
It's not a turducken. No, it is
Okay.
not a turducken. It's just a straight up duck. My grandpa used to hunt. He'd pheasant hunt. He'd duck hunt, all kinds of stuff like that. And one of his favorite things to do was to go duck hunting right before Christmas or pheasant hunting or whatever, or right before Thanksgiving. And then he would serve fresh duck at like all the Thanksgiving. So it's a tradition we picked up from him that sticks with, but also really enjoy duck. It's so good.
Yeah. Well, so he said he killed it and brought it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. Anything like that always seems to be better somehow. It's not just, you know,
I
prepackaged.
agree. Um, okay.
Okay.
Favorite side.
You're about to be so mad.
I'm probably gonna be triggered.
So it's this like it's this squash thing. It's like a it almost feels like a really moist cornbread squash thing, but it has sausage in it.
Okay. So double sausage.
Yeah.
It's a sausage cornbread.
I don't know how to describe
I
it.
don't know. I don't know what freaking world you exist in.
I don't know. My mom makes it. This one I've had. This one I've
This is
had.
this is a normal Thanksgiving side dish for you guys.
It's anytime I come home, it gets made.
Oh,
So
okay.
when I've
So
come
this
home
is
for
like your
Thanksgiving
actual
before.
favorite.
Yeah.
This is like your
It's
mom's version of comfort food
I guess so.
for you. For you.
Yeah. It just tastes
Like
good, man.
Jake is home. I'm making the sausage squash.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. This is just going a completely different direction than I thought it would. But
What do you want it to go in?
well, I understood it wasn't traditional, but I thought maybe you guys did like untraditional Thanksgiving things. I didn't know that you were just basically grabbing foods out of the air. It's fine. Uh, I'm boring.
Okay.
Nothing beats deviled eggs. Don't even don't even try. Nothing beats deviled eggs. It's my favorite dish. It's my favorite side dish. I'll eat six before dinner even starts. They'll be like, "Hey, stay." We have like a lock on the deviled eggs at our house. My mom every year, stay out of the deviled eggs. And then she actually started making pre-dinner deviled eggs. So she would make a container of deviled eggs that we could snack on, and then she had the actual dinner deviled eggs hidden in a different fridge.
Interesting. Is that your favorite food? It sounds
It's
like
my
it's your
favorite.
favorite food.
It could be. It could be.
If you're eating eggs before the eggs,
Yes.
it
Yes.
sounds like a favorite food.
Free egg is actually the best egg. Everybody knows that.
So I don't want to hear anything about my double sausage dinner then.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. That's fair. Favorite dessert?
I mean, if it's Thanksgiving themed, then I guess I mean pumpkin pie is fine, but uh, if I get the choice, it's Oreo. It's Oreo balls.
Oh, very
Yeah.
nice. Very nice. I'm a sweet potato pie guy myself. I love sweet potato pie.
Mm.
But the day after Thanksgiving, one of my buddies growing up, they would go into like her outdoor kitchen. Like she like baked for a living, so they had like a garage kitchen or whatever. And they would make like candy trays for everybody. And Oreo balls were always in there. It was the first time I ever had one, and I was like, "What is this?" Just threw it in my mouth. It was instant. I mean, this is like I was like, "This is how a meth addict feels." It was instant. I was
Yeah,
like, "More,
it's
give
the
me more."
best. It's the best.
So, all right, last question.
Okay.
Heaviest you've ever come back from Thanksgiving break during make weight season.
I don't know. I normally did an okay job, but I think one time I came back like 17.
Oh, all right.
I think that might have been in college too. So,
Wow.
yeah.
I mean, that's up there for probably the heaviest I've ever seen. I wasn't when I was in high school. I was never allowed to be more than 10 over, so I was under the thumb.
Yeah. Well, I had done I mean, I at this point I'd done a really good job, like, and proved that I'm not just,
A psycho.
yeah. And so, like, nobody really kept track anymore. And so one time I just was like, all right, I'm eating all of this.
They gave you the freedom, and you just ran with it.
Just one time.
So, Christmas break got me one time in high school. I was wrestling 103, and you get two, and I came back after Christmas break weighing 127 pounds.
That's way more than 17, isn't it?
Yeah, but it was Christmas break.
I mean,
Yeah, Jason had to work a couple of those nights. He like worked 2 nights in a row,
he
which means
wasn't around.
he was gone for 48 hours, and
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna see how heavy I can get. Wasn't smart.
Oh, you tried to get heavy.
Oh yeah, yeah. This was my one time rebel. It was
Yeah.
dumb. We had
No.
a we came back on like a Monday, and we had to make weight that Thursday. So I was like 22 over. I made weight.
Yeah.
Made weight. I mean, the first 10 came off that day,
Yeah.
but boy, was that dumb.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to be an idiot, you have to make weight.
Yes.
It's
Not
required.
making weight is never the option.
No.
So,
Never once missed.
all right. Well, I hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving and they get their squash sausage and
Oh, yeah.
the new tradition of Thanksgiving sausage. I think
You could make turkey sausage and it would be like,
that's true. That's
uh,
true. So turkey sausage, pre egg, and some kind of pie really is all you need to have a good Thanksgiving.
I think we just made the menu for what I'm going to make here.
That actually sounds fantastic.
So I don't know if you're traveling, but this is what will be at our house.
Yeah, I'm going to my mom's. There will be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There will be 10 children under the age of 10 at my mom's Thursday.
Yeah, I think you should be busy that day, though.
Yeah, I mean normally I would be, but if you miss Thanksgiving, mom's gets. I mean you're just auto out the will, just never
Well,
talking to you again. So Thanksgiving is not for. It's not for me. It is definitely for mom.
hmm. Hmm.
She loves the family. I don't blame her. We got a pretty good family. But all right, moving on. Moving on. Let's talk college wrestling a little bit. There were a couple duels this weekend that were pretty fun. I think the four duels maybe that I really enjoyed. Iowa State was a good duel.
Mm-hmm.
Virginia Tech, Missouri was a, or that was last weekend.
Illinois, Missouri.
Illinois,
Illinois.
Missouri.
Yeah.
Um, UNI, South Dakota State, and I feel like there was one more that we watched that.
Oklahoma State wrestled,
Yeah,
but I
who did they
didn't
wrestle?
watch that one.
I think they wrestled Oregon State or who? I can't
Maybe
remember.
Wyoming.
No, Wyoming. They wrestled Wyoming.
Yeah. Well, there was
Who did
also
Wyoming wrestle before that? Wyoming wrestled Oklahoma. No, they wrestled Oklahoma State first. We watched that one,
where? Where did we watch that one?
or maybe we watched
We
the
watched
Brooks.
Illinois, Missouri.
We watched Cole Brooks versus the Oklahoma State kid, or maybe I did. Maybe it was just me.
Yeah, I don't think I did.
Yeah, it might have been just me. But I thought we were talking like, remember I was like, hey, that Cole Brooks kid, he was on those guys' Rampage squad. He's a stud. I
I
like
don't
watching that kid.
remember. I don't remember any of what you just said. If you told me that.
Yeah, that tracks. So
But
anyway,
also, you might not have told me.
no, I did.
Oh, okay.
I did. That tracks. You're the only person I talked to. So, anyway, uh, dual rivalries. Let's talk about dual rivalries because I think we're in a weird situation here where without a doubt the most consumable piece of college wrestling is the dual format. Um like 16,000 people show up at Carver Hawkeye to watch Iowa versus Iowa State. That's sick. That is super awesome. Clearly, duels are your market. However, they don't mean anything. They carry no value in this at all unless a coach has like dual incentives in their contract. So like I was watching the Iowa State duel, for example, and I was like, holy cow, this is like guys are, which is cool. I like this. Guys are like putting it all out there. They're risking they're risking everything to win this Iowa State duel. Guys are wrestling through positions hard, just not a care in the world for their own elbows or knees or anything like that. And it's legitimately all to just talk a bit of shit.
Yeah.
It just doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so what would you? I guess what would you to put it in context? What would you say does mean something?
Do we have it backwards? I guess is what I'm asking. This is the old like what's actually better for viewership inside of the sport of wrestling. I know that the individual tournament is awesome, but as many people go to the individual tournament as went to Iowa versus Iowa State.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's way harder to feel like you're involved as a team at a individual tournament from the stands.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And it's not consumable. It's a 12-hour investment. It's a 12-hour investment.
Yeah.
And a 12-hour investment is just not that's just not fan friendly. It's not.
No.
But if we had more of like a dual, if we had more of a dual college wrestling was way more dual based, I think you would see guys tailgate and I think you would see big duels and I think you would see big after parties and all kinds of stuff like that to where it still might end up a 12-hour day, but it's a social 12-hour day instead of a sit in a bleacher 12-hour day.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And then we have RPI. So with the RPI model, to me, you just auto invite the top 33. And if someone drops out, you move to number 34. And if someone drops out, you move to number 35 and you find the 33 best guys and you do an NWCA national tournament or whatever. But duels not mattering, but then being wrestled like they matter is super strange. It's just a super strange construct to me.
Yeah. I mean, well, with RPI, they matter individually.
Yeah, yes, kind of. You have to meet certain criteria, right? Um, but like at the end of the day, like, and I think Arizona State and I think Penn State probably do the best job of this. They're kind of like, hey, we're good. Who cares? We'll get a qualifying spot, And they're like, hey, who cares what seed you are? You have to win all the matches anyway. Like if you get a bad seed, you have to wrestle the 8 and the 1 round of 16 in quarterfinals. But then you're wrestling the 4 in the semis anyway. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Well, I
Like,
mean, and in the worst case scenario, you could essentially wrestle your finals match first round if you're 33 into the one
yeah,
or 32. That doesn't
yeah,
happen, but like
no,
that's that's actual worst case. And
yeah, yeah,
that's your finals match, and then the rest of them you still trying to win anyway.
yeah. So I don't know. I'm not. The RPI is really good safety net. That's how I feel about it. It's a really good safety net for guys who get hurt late in the season and then still weigh in and then med forfeit 2 matches and then still get in. But
Yeah.
if you get hurt early in the season, there's no rush. And in fact, with the way things are now, if you get hurt early in the season, there's no point in even trying. Get your medical.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Probably a super bad take, but I would
Well, I
as
think if
fun
you
as as fun as watching the Black Knight invite was, all three of those duels we talked about were way more enjoyable from a consumption standpoint.
yeah. Well, we also have no. The average fan might not know who to watch, like
In a
outside of
tournament.
like yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I mean, because we know who we wanted to watch at the Invitational, like there's certain matches we're just not going to watch, and certain ones we are definitely trying to watch.
True. True.
But
Actually true. Yeah, I mean the
because, I mean, you and I wasn't there, so we don't have any like uh
personal relationship.
right with any of the teams there. So we just like, okay, this individual I want to watch. This individual I want to watch.
Yeah, the barrier I guess I didn't even think about that. The barrier to entry to consume a tournament is also much higher.
Oh,
Like so unless I just put on Mat 1 and I'm just content watching Mat 1 the entire tournament, uh I have to click around mats. I have to be
yeah,
like right?
and
Like there's a level of like things I
yeah,
have to do inside of that
and even
to
with flows,
it,
like they can get up to 4 screens at once. But if you have 8 mats, you're gonna have to switch something, and you can't
yeah,
even. I mean, we all know you get kicked off your account if you log in on another device.
yeah, that's
So
true.
if you had 2 computers running and 2 TVs, you could get all 8 mats or whatever, but they don't let you.
That's true.
Which is
That's true.
that's probably a fine business model because you don't want people sharing accounts that much. But they're
Yeah, but you can register devices. Disney does it, Netflix does it.
yeah,
Like you can let
yeah.
me register 2 devices. But also, I mean, think about what we did. I'm sitting here telling you Bo Bartlett's wrestling on Mat 2 and you're like, "No, he's not." I'm watching the video. And you were just in a completely different tournament. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Like
I clicked the
and
wrong
we do
tournament.
this for a living. We
Yeah,
do this for a living. You fat fingered it. But um I've never thought about that. That's a really good
sausage
point.
fingered
The
it.
yeah, sausage.
Keep
The
going.
episode 7, sausage everywhere. Um the barrier to entry for a tournament is just much higher.
Yeah,
So, it's easier to consume, it's more enjoyable, and there's way less effort for the user.
yeah.
Pro duels.
Well,
Pro
and
duels with an individual championship. I'd like to see them switch. I want an NCAA dual championship and I want an NWCA individual title. Don't at me.
whatever, man. And in general, the production quality of a duel is much higher. They got camera
Oh,
switch. They got camera switches. They got zooms. They have color commentary. Like if you're just watching from whatever at home or whatever. But at tournaments, it's that 480p $100 camera you get at Walmart sitting on the table with a mic that's facing the table workers.
they are webcams now. They're just webcams.
They just attach them to the posts of the mat clocks.
Yeah. Um. Shoot. What was I gonna say while you were talking there? What'd you just say? What did you just say?
The production value is much
Oh,
higher.
yeah. Except you just can't ever see writing time.
Yeah, it's really strange the things. So you would think
Uh,
that somebody would just like, I don't know, a standard model for an overlay of a wrestling match should be pretty simple, and they get like there's always pieces right, and there's always something missing.
right?
It's so
Like,
strange. There's always something missing.
you can see the play clock on a football field. You can see the shot clock on a basketball court. It shows up like when it gets below 10. Like, these are just easy things to integrate. And nope. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. It doesn't matter who is broadcasting it. They have all just agreed. We are just gonna pretend like this doesn't exist. Who did the what duel were we watching where it was just like, I think it was the what duel were we watching where it was Iowa
It
State.
was Illinois, Missouri that just put a camera on the actual clock.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. I liked that.
Is that what you're
I
talking
didn't have a
about?
problem with that. No, I'm talking about Iowa State. All they did was indicate green had writing time, but you didn't know how many seconds. It was just
Yeah.
like green RT, and I was just like, but how long, right? Because this
Yeah.
brings like, so let's because 141 Iowa versus Iowa State, writer block Iowa native, okay,
Yes.
wrestling, uh, Zach Redding,
Yeah.
okay, I have no idea. It's a 1 point match, but I'm pretty sure 2 point match, and I'm pretty sure Redding's got close to writing time, or he might have it a little bit. I don't know. You just don't know, right?
Yeah.
But um, they put him down.
Yeah.
They put him down, and if he didn't have it yet, I mean, he got rode for a full minute in a 2 point match, um, in a situation where, in my opinion, you just go neutral.
Yeah. Yeah. Really strange
Iowa State Cyclones versus
choice there. I don't know. Like, yeah, you're down by 2. An escape doesn't do it.
No, an escape does not win for you.
It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it just says writing time. It doesn't even say
Yeah,
it doesn't
yeah, it
say
just
how
says writing
much.
time. Nope, nope, gives no indication at all.
Yeah. So at the start of the third period, it's 5-3 with Iowa State having writing time, which means it's 6-3.
Well, but the
Oh, he
writing
doesn't have
time,
it until after he gets until
right?
after
Yeah,
20 seconds in.
20 seconds in.
So,
So a takedown, he wins.
yeah. Yeah, so he just
Like
chooses neutral,
you
takes him
got
down. I mean,
yeah, because
at worst it ties because he gets if the
yeah,
dude
but
gets
like
away.
he rode himself into the exact same scenario, right? So he gets rid for a minute and then gets his escape, right?
Yeah.
And now it's 6-4. You're still down by 2. You did
Yeah.
all that work to end up in the exact same situation that you could have just chosen.
Yeah. Really strange call on whoever decided to go down.
And it's not like look, I know we get, oh, it's easy to make that call, hindsight 2020. No, it's not. Ryder's a freshman. His best position has always been his feet. Bro's got an elite double leg. An elite double leg. He's got incredible speed.
Yeah.
And
Well,
Zach Redding's a senior. These guys like the matchup there doesn't make sense to choose bottom.
yeah. And he had already proven that he can get a takedown because he did in the match.
Yes.
He got a takedown in the match. So, Yeah, really strange choice. Really strange choice. But
Yeah.
what was that in response to? Oh, it was the riding time thing. You couldn't see how much ride time. That was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
obviously, like if I don't know. That's just weird. I guess if riding time had already been locked, maybe they put him neutral, and because now he's down by 3. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know their philosophy at all. But that's just
oh, I know that. I mean, bottom only. That that's what it looks like.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, my favorite match in that duel was the Caliendo match. That Eaton kid, Eaton. I don't know how to say his name. The blind
Yeah.
kid. He wrestles so hard. And then Caliendo scraps too. Like that match was probably my favorite of the duel.
Yeah.
The 141-pound match. There was one takedown by one guy, and the other guy had one escape, one locked hands point, and one illegal mat return point. Two escapes, one locked hands, and one
Oh,
illegal mat return. One wins 4-3.
yeah. In the 49-pound match. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, 49. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was frustrating to see.
Yeah. Up. What it was up 3-1, right?
Up 3-0, got the first takedown
Or
on a body lock. It was really nice.
yeah, but like at the third period, it was 3-1, right? Or did he ride him out?
No, he got an escape right away, I think.
Yeah. So going into the third, it's 3-1, and then gives up a locked hands call and an illegal mat return call, and then the guy gets away and makes
Yes.
it 3-4, and you just can't celebrate after that if you won. Not that like nothing against winning like that, like it is what it is, but
Yeah.
just like that didn't feel great.
Yeah, that was a 3-point escape. That's crazy.
Yeah.
A little, the locked hands call was weird to me. I didn't see it fully. The mat return was definitely illegal. It was definitely illegal. So
Yeah.
like that one is definitely on. That one is definitely on uh,
Echemendia.
Etchmandia,
Yeah.
but that's a brutal way to lose a freaking match. That's a brutal way to lose a match.
Yeah. It's just annoying.
Uh, and then obviously 57. We got to talk about 57 because
Yep.
cool catch, Corey Teamer.
Okay.
He, I don't know. Yeah, he broke and barely walk. His hamstring is destroyed. But this is one of the things I'm talking about. Like, is there any need for him to actually wrestle in this condition? I just don't think there is.
No. No, there's not. It's not even December yet.
Correct. Correct. So, you know what? I like he's supposed to want to wrestle in any condition. In
Yeah.
any condition, he's supposed to want to wrestle. Um, but at the end of the day, it's on the coaches to do what's best for the athlete and the team. And they have two really good 49 pounders that could have filled in at 57.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe he didn't get hurt until the match started. I have no idea. But when he couldn't get reset on top, that should have just been like, hey, we're done. This is enough.
Yeah. I don't,
They were in control of the duel, and it was definitely going their way.
yeah. And they have good guys at the upper weights.
Yeah, they're a better 65 through heavyweight team, which is crazy to say when you're returning national finals as a 33 pounder.
Yeah.
But you know, 65 65 is really good. They have 2 great 74-pound options. They've got apparently 2 great 84-pound options now. And then their 97 is number 1, and their heavyweight is like number 10.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right, that's enough talk about college wrestling. It'll move on either way.
Yeah.
Couple fun weeks ahead though. I think the 7th and 8th maybe is Cliff Keen. That's a good one to keep an eye on. And then pretty soon you get some Big 12, some Big 10 duels that are usually really entertaining every year.
Yeah.
So, okay. Let's move on here a little bit. Let's talk about Tulsa. Let's talk about Tulsa Kick Off. What did you think of Tulsa Kick Off this year?
Tournament, just the tournament.
Yeah.
Well, right away they changed their order of events in the morning. Right? It's normally warm up, big production, and then tournament. Yeah. So.
Well, I guess we forgot they had done that last year too. So it's the second year. It's the second year in a row.
Okay. Well, either way, I'm not a fan of the just the big. I mean, I guess it keeps some parents and kids like wanting to come back, but like the parade of wrestlers that everyone sprints across the mat and all that stuff, like before the tournament, it's not even like parade of placers. It's just like everybody just run. Everybody just you showed up, run across the mat.
Yeah, and they honored something like 50 kids before the tournament with a singlet or something like that.
One by one.
Yeah, one by one.
One by one. So they did. So yeah, the doors opened at whatever 7, and so we get there planning to warm up at like 7:15, and they do this huge thing for like an hour, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then
it started at 8, and the tournament didn't start until like 9:15.
Yeah.
I mean, they were auto behind schedule.
Yeah. But I mean, other than that, man, it's the same. It's pretty much the same all the time.
What do you think was the craziest thing you saw all weekend? I know what mine is.
I don't know. I try. So I try to do, I'm either in the corner or I am away. Like I walked outside multiple times when nothing was going on.
Smart.
So I hung out with all the people smoking out there. Is what I was doing.
Bumming Jays.
Yeah. So I try to avoid just seeing the chaos because I don't want to see it.
Unreviewed, overturned pin.
Yeah, that was the match before one of our kids.
Yes.
Yeah, this referee, kid's in the cradle or something. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's in the cradle.
Ref slaps the mat. Blows the whistle, slaps the mat. Pin. The kids get up. They go to the center. He's like holding their hands, ready to like raise a hand.
Ankle bands off.
And one of the coaches is having a meltdown because he's like, my kid was not pinned, which I don't know. No, he wasn't. Okay, fair enough. He wasn't pinned.
His inside shoulder was on top of the guy's chest. Like the coach had an argument. He had a right to be upset because the kid definitely wasn't pinned.
Yeah.
But the official definitely called it.
Yes, the pin was called. And the guy has meltdown, brings the ref to the table, be like, I want the head ref. This was not a pin. And the ref comes over, or the head ref or whatever, and they start discussing. And what does the ref tell them?
So the official told the head official that the kid was screaming, so he was going to stop it for potentially dangerous. but accidentally slapped the mat and called a pin, which is a lie.
Yeah.
It's a lie. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's not
they
what happened.
they all three of them got up and walked back to the center, like ready to end the match.
Yeah.
So I did ask the. I think it's just a weird thing that happened because I asked the guy who runs it, and I was like, "Hey, you got to explain this to me, bro." And he goes, "I can't."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What do you mean you can't?" He's like, "I can't explain it to you." He goes, "But I can tell you this: it's never gonna happen again." He's like, "I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
That should never be overturned. That's what happened. It happened. Some kids get hosed. This is part of the sport." He goes, "It will never happen again. This is like priority number one for me to address." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Cool. I like that. Good for
Yeah.
you."
I mean, in every rule book, falls
Yes,
are not challengeable.
correct.
They can't be overturned. They're not challengeable. So, and we weren't even around for anything to be able to be challenged anyway.
No, no, not at
So,
all. Not at all. But
yeah, that was wild.
so before we get into this, I'm gonna say one thing. I have felt like this has happened down there. I haven't really seen too much of it up close. You kind of hear some things in passing. It's a really loud, tight venue. Um, I'm aware these things happen. We've seen them happen at places that aren't Tulsa. Tulsa just has a giant target on its back, in my opinion, because worse things than this have definitely happened. But I would like to talk about this and then talk about something my dad told me when I started to gain a little bit of consciousness. So, someone posted in the wrestling room, probably should mind my business, but it really bothered me, and after sleeping on it, I decided to blast this punk. I apologize ahead of time for name dropping the child, but I can only imagine what goes on behind closed doors. While in Tulsa, and after her true second place match that she lost, I watched a 10U athlete get assaulted by, I'm assuming, her father. It was sickening. He grabbed her by the braids and pinned her to the wall, screaming at her and insulting her. She was so terrified I deaf could tell. This goes on a lot, because every time he moved, she would flinch, and after he finally let her go, she collapsed and bawled. There are people we need to remove from the sport. I'm sure he has a USA Wrestling membership as well. Hopefully, her club or the people who love her protect her. Okay. Um, your kid's wrestling is emotional. And I really tip my hat to the people who are able to stay calm. Um, your kids' wrestling is definitely emotional. You want your kids to be successful, but then at the end of the day, also, nobody wants to see their kids get beat up. I guess, unless apparently by them. Um, so I remember one time, my dad was really good about this. He pretty much only ever told me I wasn't wrestling hard enough, and he delivered that message very direct a bunch of times. Or I got in trouble because I was acting like a little baby, right? But I remember one time we traveled pretty far for the tournament, and I'm pretty sure I went 0-2. And I remember just losing my mind. And I was like, I'm wasting your time and I'm wasting your money. And, like things you start to think, like when things just aren't good, right? Like, you guys are doing all of this for me, and I'm just I'm giving you nothing in return if I don't win this tournament. And he stopped it, and he was like, dude, none of this. He's like, I don't care how you do. He's like, and I was kind of like, yeah, whatever. You've told me that before. He's like, no, I'm serious. He's like, none of this actually matters to me more than spending time doing things with you. He's like, I will spend all my money. I'll spend all my money to travel around and watch you wrestle. And I would never even think twice about it. And it was like the best thing I'd ever heard. It was like the best thing I ever heard, because it immediately made me realize that like he's doing all of this for me, but also for him. Like he just loves watching me compete. He loves the fact that me and him get to go do like wrestling things together. He liked wrestling, I like wrestling, And then we got to share this incredible just like time together. And it like makes me really upset that people just don't understand this.
Yeah.
I I don't know how you can be that reactive over a wrestling match. It just can't be that. It just cannot be that.
No.
How do you allow yourself as a father or even as a man to treat somebody who's 10 years old like that? It's it's just wildly inappropriate.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm lucky. I mean, I'm super lucky. I've never thought that I've been anything other than super lucky. Um, but man, I hope people like hear that and try to implement it. You can still hold your kids to a really really high standard. You can still hold them to an incredibly high standard, and they can still go through this sport knowing you love all of it. I just we traveled 9 hours to Tulsa. I couldn't imagine taking my family 9 hours to Tulsa, and the only thing that they remember about it is the place they got. That would just be like the most tragic to me. You're traveling across the country with your family. It still at the end of the day needs to be about your fucking family. I just don't have any. I've got bad tournament memories, but I don't have any bad trip memories. None. So, I guess thanks mom and dad for not being this.
Yeah, no shit.
But I don't know, man. I think more people would do much better. More people would do much better just relaxing. Like it drives me nuts when I hear people say you went all that way, you spent all that money. You don't have to. It's a choice. You don't have to do any of it. And if as a parent you can't handle doing it, you need to send your kids with someone else. Because I'm sick of parents trying to make their kids feel bad for doing something that they probably didn't sign up for. But other than that, we got our freaking ass kicked in Tulsa.
Yeah.
We got some big adjustments to make.
Yeah, we do.
But it's November. We have time.
Yep.
What what do we have coming up? We got a tournament this weekend, and then we have those duels next weekend.
Yeah.
I think the season's progressing nicely.
Yeah. Our schedule seems to be pretty good, competition wise.
Yeah, yeah. I like the balance. We're having to be way more balanced than before. Before we just sent our kids to just axe murder after axe murder tournament, and I just only focused on like 6 kids. That's just not the situation we're in anymore.
Yeah.
So I like the adjustments we're making. I like the direction it's headed. Our kids are going to get way tougher in the next 6 months. Way tougher.
Yeah.
And keep going from there.
Yeah. Well, the thing, I mean, the thing that sums it up the most, and you said it at Tulsa, I don't even remember which kid's match it was after, but you were like, hey, buddy, you only came to wrestle. That kid came to fight and wrestle. Like, if you don't do both, you're going to lose to kids like that.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, at the youngest level, intensity is just so important.
Yeah.
So important. And then on the other end of that, it's our job to manage that kid who's not ready for that intensity and get them to a point where when they are ready for it, they can implement it.
Yeah.
But if you're just intense, you're going to win a lot of youth wrestling matches. You see it all the time. All right. Well, finish up this week of practice. Have a good Thanksgiving. I'm glad I'm not cutting weight. I'll I'll eat all the duck. Hopefully you enjoy your sausage.
Yeah.
I will be I will send out I'll send out pre-egg eggs and then dinner eggs. I will send that out. This is a valid thing. I'll put an Instagram video out of my mom talking about the two. This is a real thing. This will be unprompted. This is a real thing. It'll be so funny.
Definitely should. 'Cause that's kind of wild.
All right, clip of the day. Clip of the day. Let's do
Oh,
it and then let's
yeah.
get out of here.
All right.
What do we got? Is that it?
This
I thought that was a
is
young Chamizo for a second there.
Satiev.
Which one? Buvsar?
Yeah.
Buvsar.
Yeah. All right. Here we go.
God, that feels so bad.
Yeah. He did this multiple times to multiple different people.
Yeah,
Just,
I've seen this like redone in the training room. Hey, ear snap plays into this.
What?
Oh, ear snap plays into this.
I
I think
mean,
you.
okay. Yeah, if the guy doesn't get snapped, you just do this.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you do, so he actually does.
I'm saying you do ear snap motion without the full snap.
Yeah, watch his head.
Yes,
And then he hand replaces like most guys do on their ear snap.
just like Aliyev.
And
Are we ear snapping into head and leg fireman carries?
this seems like a flexibility, mobility thing. I don't think I could ever have done this.
Well, you're not cool enough.
Okay.
I think this is the ultimate old man move. I think this is the ultimate old man move. I am now only doing this.
I don't know if it's an old man move. It's the most. It's one that, that I feel like only an old man could pull off, just to be disrespectful.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Well, that's all old man moves.
Yeah, but this looks like it requires. I mean, this requires a lot of strength. I feel like.
Yeah, I think he's got a bad bite on it. I think the guy did a pretty good job of trying to defend it. Um,
If you get a clean
but
one, I'm sure it's fine.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I just think that like for you can't finish that one because you can't put your hands above your head. But
I can't put my hands
I think,
behind my head.
yeah, yeah, that's facts. That's facts. But I think if you got a clean one, I think you could do it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do this on Ty tomorrow.
you should.
Shout out Ty Martin. Listen, tag the Ty Martin is gonna be our Seinfeld Superman. We're gonna talk about Ty Martin at some point in every episode.
Okay.
So, timestamp the Ty Martin shout out.
Ty will do it for us. He did it last one.
I know. But let's see if he completes the video this time. So, shout out young Ty. This is gonna happen to you. So, do we have any closing comments? Have we checked up on Mudang? Is Mudang still alive?
Mudang has outlived the. It's done on this show. No more Mudang on the show.
Mudang will make a massive comeback when he becomes the hippo that we all know he can be and eats his trainer.
That would be fantastic.
Mudang, baby.
That would be fantastic. All right.
Yeah. So all right. Same time next week.
Yep.